We got a decent flame. Took me a little bit, but it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's not a perfect fire like we wish. On the tip of my knife I have some sap off the tree. I'm going to put this in as a natural accelerant. I'm also going to take this little plastic piece and put that in as well. Hopefully that stuff will help get this thing going. This fire was a little difficult today. And my plan is to make a little bit of a tripod. So that I can boil my water. This piece looks like it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Obviously, folks, this isn't going to be anything fancy. Just a very basic tripod. Looks like we got it all figured out. Now I'm going to make a small toggle on this piece so that I can lower things over the fire. I totally understand that this is a crude looking tripod, but it's functional. I have my bucket of water on there getting ready to boil. You can see that there's debris in the water, but that's okay. I'm going to purify it. The cool thing about these tripods is you can kind of manipulate the legs. You can kind of move this thing around so that you can put the water wherever you want it in relation to the fire. So I'm going to get this water boiling. I'm starting to get thirsty. We just had a little mishap. String very thin, and one of the flames hit the string, melted it, and the bell fell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little branch right here, and I'm going to make a hook that I can use. This is green, obviously. I'm going to make this hook so that I can lower whatever I need to lower over the fire. There we go. So this, it's going to hook on here right there. This is going to be the hook of what I'm going to hang over the fire. This is going to be a small clove hitch. This clove hitch is going to go right here. So that can't go nowhere. And I'm going to put like 2 little half wraps on it. Just overhand knots, nothing crazy. This string is very thin. You can see how thin it is compared to my finger. So it's going to hang just like this, and the pot is going to hang just like this. And that gives us an extension away from the flames, so we don't have to worry about things getting burnt. So I'm going to have my pot like that, and my toggles just going to go through like that. That's going to hold this over the fire. That's the plan. We're back in business. There we go. Let's get that water boiling. So you see these pine cones sitting around? They have a bunch of holes in them. Well, what's going on here is this is a food source. I have one in my hand right here. Let's see if I poke my knife, I can gather this. Here's another one. Pull these out. You basically have to go through and find them. That one's not really, I don't think that one has too many more in it. That one's empty. And let's see if this one has any. That one's empty. Okay, there's one right there. Hopefully you can see this. This is pine nuts. This is a very good source of protein. This piece right here, this is the wild edible. Right there. These ones are a little green. They actually taste pretty good. In our area, the locals call these piñons. So you just pop it open, and there's a little piece of meat in there. You eat it very similar to as if you would eat like a sunflower seed. This one has a bad one. And that one's not developed either. Now that one has a good piece in it. See that? It's like a little nut. That's just a piece of meat. Has a really good flavor to it. It's not tart or anything. And that's why the squirrels love eating these, because it really is a good source of food. So you just got to look around for the pine cones and then kind of get underneath them and try to find those pine nuts. A lot of times when you can find the bigger pine cones, they kind of hide the nuts, and the squirrels, they don't want to mess with those big ones because it's too much work to get to the meat inside. So if you have a knife or something like that, it could be a good source of protein for you. See, I just found another one. There's the nut right there. Yep. Pull the skin off. There it is, right there. That's healthy morsels.